The Chaser Report is recorded on Gadigal land.
Striving for mediocrity in a world of excellence. This is the Chaser Report.
I got in there before the intro could finish. Hello, I am Lachlan, the producer of this show. Charles and Dom are not with us today because they have very wisely chucked a tactical sickie and extended a 2-day weekend into a 4-day weekend. And I respect the hell out of them for doing that. Thank you for joining us on the show. As always, we like to bring you high quality content, and that is why on this bare minimum Monday, we are giving you a high quality episode of another podcast that we make. If you haven't listened to Welcome to the Future right now, what planet are you on? You're missing out, okay? Listen to it. It's a good show. It's got funny tech products. It's got funny tech prospects for the future. And most of all, it's got Bluetooth. And isn't that what the world's really needing right now? Bluetooth and podcasts, and we're giving you both of those things. It's a very good show, and in last week's episode, we were joined by Andrew Hansen, and he and Charles had a look at a particular product. It was a Bluetooth skipping rope. I won't spoil how it all goes because you're going to listen to that in a second and have a lot of fun. In the meantime, a quick public service announcement, as tomorrow is Anzac Day, lest we forget to tell you that we're not going to have an episode. So if you need an extra thing to mourn, there's that you can deal with. If you're still looking for content, always listen to an old episode of the show, or do what I'm going to do tomorrow and rewatch the entirety of Auntie Donna's Coffee Cafe. That's right, this is a plug for someone that we are in no way connected to. Good show, though. I recommend checking it out. Okay, you guys have a good one. I'm going to leave you with a quick quote from a book that I have begun reading recently. It's by Un-Skippable Firth. It's called American Hoax. This is the first page, the dedication. It's to myself with frank admiration. And I encourage you, all listeners, to go out and admire yourself with as much undeserved confidence that 2005 Charles Firth gave himself. With that, I leave you. Have a good day and enjoy Welcome to the Future.
Welcome to the future.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Welcome to the Future. And I'm Charles Firth. Today we've got Andrew Hansen as a special guest. Hello, Andrew.
Hello, Charles. Hello. I was in the future there for a minute.
Yeah.
You welcomed me so convincingly to the future. I had to wait for it.
To the future. So the reason why we've set up this as a separate stream, and it's not just part of the Chaser Report anymore, is because I reckon within maybe a fortnight, AI will get so good that we'll just be able to type into ChatGPT-4, create another episode of Welcome to the Future. We won't even have to be here. In fact, probably, if you think about it, this episode may well just be AI generated. You can't tell the difference.
Well, how would you know?
Yes, because it's so slick.
I can't tell.
The production values are so slick in both. Both. Maybe it's the echo.
It could be that.
That makes you just go, that's too AI.
I mean, and it's an amazing invention, AI, isn't it? And I know artists are very excited about, having their work stolen and reused at 30% of the original quality.
Yes, I love it.
It's a bright new future, I think, for everybody.
Okay, but that's not the topic of today's episode. Today's episode is all about one product and one product alone. I'm very excited about this because I think it really does solve a problem for a particular market segment. And it is the Renfo Smart Jump Rope, right?
Yeah.
So it's a Bluetooth-controlled rope.
Okay.
And what it does is it solves the age-old problem that I'm sure you've been through, Andrew. I know I suffer from it terribly, which is not being able to jump and count at the same time.
Oh, yes.
This solves that problem. And I can tell you now, if you've got a 2-year-old kid and you ever, those challenges that you do where it's can you go to 20? They always fucking miss a few numbers. Get them a Renfo Smart Jump, what's it called? Smart Jump Rope. and then your problem solved.
Hang on, what 2-year-old can do jump rope?
Oh, okay.
I don't think
3-year-old,
that's something
whatever.
my 2-year-old can do.
Well, you remember, maybe more like 5-year-olds. They always have, because is it for the MS? For the jump for
the
life or
charity
something?
jump rope things or
Yeah.
something. You've got to jump over a skipping rope.
Yeah.
So what does it have a speaker in it, Charles? Does it count the numbers?
Yes. So what it does is it's got, you can't really see it, but essentially it looks like a jump rope, but on the side, in the handle, is a little LCD screen, and as you're jumping, it counts the number of jumps, which is going really useful. And then
Useful.
no, but the thing is, it's got an app, right? So you download the Renfo app, and it syncs the number of jumps that you've jumped with your app, so you can store that forever. You can go, oh, okay, I jumped 23 jumps today. Say in 50 years' time, you want to know, or no, let's say next Tuesday, you go, oh, how many jumps did I do on Wednesday last week? You can look it up. It's there in your app. Never forget it ever again. Because that's part of the problem with this, just counting in your brain. You do it, you walk out of the gym, within half an hour you're not remembering how many jumps you've jumped.
You don't know. It's so annoying, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, I know what you mean. This has solved a real problem.
And people, it'll come up in conversation. Like you'll be at a dinner party and people will say, oh, how many jumps did you do, on February the 13th last year? And you go, oh, fuck, I don't know. I've forgotten. Well, this app solves that problem and forever.
And you'll be the life of the party.
Yes.
With this app.
So there is.
It is irritating, isn't it? I mean,
yes.
I do find the same. Gosh, they've really answered a need, haven't they?
Yes. A huge need has been answered. And the great thing is it's only $20, which is pretty good.
20. Hang on. Oh, that's actually so. It's actually cheaper than a jump rope that doesn't have the smart features, isn't it?
Yeah, the only thing I'd say is there are a few reviews from users on it and look, it gets a fairly high rating. It gets about 4.5, right? So it's better than it.
Yeah.
But apparently the Bluetooth syncing part doesn't work very well. So the whole storing it in the app, it's very unreliable apparently.
So in terms of it Bluetooths to your phone, does it?
Yes.
Or your car, perhaps? I mean,
Bluetooth, and you're going, see, this was a perfect opportunity to cut Bluetooth out because what is it? It's a fucking cord. It doesn't have to be cordless. It's a cord.
It's built for being plugged in.
Yes. But
I'm intrigued by the price, though, Charles, because I've just done a quick search online for what jump ropes cost. What did you say it cost?
Well, $20. I've just noticed it's actually $50 in Australia. So pay a bit of...
$50 in Australia.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. That is a bit more because I can see a jump rope here for $40 Australian that doesn't have any smart features at all. So for an extra $10,
yes,
you can get this.
Yes.
That's
and the good
pretty
thing is, because it's not just about, the past, it's also about the future. You can set yourself a goal on the app. You can say, I will skip 200 jumps tomorrow.
I see.
Right? And you sort of do a pre-commitment and then it counts them up.
Yeah, I see.
As you're doing it. Like,
It's just so. I mean, I really feel. I really feel that other exercise products ought to have a digital counter in them, shouldn't they? I mean, are there punching bags that can count how many punches you've delivered? For instance,
surely there are. Actually, can I say though, I have to make a bit of a correction. Because a couple of weeks ago on this podcast, we were talking about health products and we were looking at the Withings range of health products, right? Which sync with they've got some Withings app. They're the sort of Nokia range. They're called Winnings. Anyway, I was mentioning how my smart scale updated its firmware, and as a result, it could talk to the internet now, and it could measure me, but my app, it wouldn't sync my weight with the app, right?
Oh, big problem.
Yeah.
Your life must have fallen apart that
So
week.
it could tell me the weather, but it couldn't record my weight onto the fitness app, right? But it turns out I then lost about 5 kilos, and suddenly it started syncing again. And what I think happened was that I got so fat that it didn't recognise me. It thought a stranger had stood on that scale, and so it wasn't syncing with the app because it was going, oh, that's somebody else standing on that scale.
It's probably like Touch ID or fingerprint ID.
Yes,
is it? But
exactly.
It's Fat ID.
Yeah.
It's not, it's a different person.
Yeah, that's right. So,
Locked you out.
yeah, I had to slim down just to get back into my app.
Well,
So-
unless it's a sort of an incentive
Yeah.
thing that they've built into the software.
I'd say it's more of a disincentive. But yes, no, you're right. Actually, and there's another correction. Sorry, this is a totally wrong podcast
This
because
segment is not peer reviewed, is it?
which is that in addition to the Bluetooth, there is in fact a USB Type-C socket on the jump rope. You unscrew the smart handle.
Okay.
And inside the smart handle is... Oh, no. Wait a minute. No. It's saying that's what should happen. Sorry, this review that I'm reading says that's what should happen, but it doesn't.
It should plug in.
It should plug in, just like I said, but actually it doesn't. Sorry.
But how? I mean, if you're using a skipping rope, there's a lot of hand movement going on. I mean, how are you going to plug it in to something? Really, it's being whizzed around at a great speed, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, I see. No, yeah, I don't think you do it in real time. You do it afterwards. But then that's a whole other caboodle. You're better off just spending
plugging
10
in your
minutes
skipping rope.
trying to make it sync with your Bluetooth. Like, it's a much better use of time.
Just imagine all the things that you've got to do in your day. It's like, hang on, I just need to set aside
So-
5 or 10 minutes to plug in the skipping rope.
And just to be a little bit more technical, I've got a better review here that goes into a lot more of the technical thing. It not only counts the total skip number, it also counts the total skip time, the calories burned, and flag any tangles that you had during your skip. Right, so you can count the tangles.
Good. You can count the tangles.
Yeah, which
It's quite clever.
yes. So I mean, imagine a situation: you're at a bar, somebody cute walks up to you. They want to get the number of tangles that you've had in your skip rope routine over the last month, average number of tangles. You can't deliver that unless you've got a smart jump rope.
But yeah, you could pull that out. You'd take the rope with you, I imagine.
Yes, you would.
To the bar as well.
Oh
wouldn't you?
yeah. Well, don't we all?
Yeah, I think that does make a lot of sense. The tangles.
And the good news is that you can get the Renfo Smart Skipping Rope from JB Hi-Fi, but unfortunately,
That's where all fitness enthusiasts head for their gym equipment.
And I'll just see if there's any other. It's got a durable PVC rope, and it comes with
a rope as
stand.
well. Well, that's the most revolutionary thing yet. It includes a rope.
Look, it includes tons of things. It's got 2 handles, so it's not just for people who have only one arm. It suits people with 2 arms. Comes with a rope, 2 cordless balls. Why does it have 2 cordless balls? Why would you need a ball?
2 cordless balls?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what? It doesn't explain what they're for.
2 rope buckles. What are they for? This is
It's
obviously
got a
some
lot.
sort of technical fitness things. 2 rope
got a lot of
caps,
stuff.
2 AAA size batteries, 1 user manual and 1 storage bag.
Yeah, a skipping rope with a user manual. Now, that's what I want.
And the best news is it's got a safety auto shut-off timer. So if you put it down for more than 200 seconds, it turns itself off, which that is a huge safety concern. Because imagine if you'd left your rope on all day. I mean, you can't imagine
Very
what would
dangerous.
happen.
Very dangerous. Oh, boy. You'd be screaming. It'd be like those old ads of the woman with the burning chips It used to be on TV. Oh my goodness, the chips! Except it'd be the rope. Oh my goodness, the rope!
The
We
government
left it on!
would have to start running public advisory campaigns. Remember to turn off your rope. Next time you leave the house, turn off your rope. Every year, 10,000 Australians die because they don't turn off their rope. Our gear is from Rode. We are part of the Iconoclast network.